This week on the Spotlight, 24-year-old Frank Thomas has some opinions, and that's good stuff. And then the fridge also sounds off on our program, friend of the show. Then we flash back to Tom Tibbs. He was really good for a while. Then we finish up with the White Sox, Alexei Ramirez. All that this week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Gilhooly's Trivia Night, 3901 West 103rd Street on the St. Xavier campus, Friday, January 4th at 8 p.m. This game's getting better and better. Music, movies, TV, sports. I'll take your requests for future shows. Gilhooly's, Friday. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin, E is the dentist. 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, and more. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. They have great food, drink, and people at 93rd and Roberts Road. I've been there for the most part for the last 7 years, and they're consistent and excellent. Get to the Sock on Thursdays. We'll play some trivia, and we'll have some laughs. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. You've got to get to Lenny Q's Barbecue. I have my trivia there, alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Daily specials. They got great catering. You got to check that out. It's in the Lansing Municipal Airport, 3249 Airport Drive. You got to get there. Great stuff. The food, the drink, and the fun. Lenny Q's Barbecue. You got to get there. It's right off Burnham Avenue. Fun stuff. I'll see you over by there. Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight. We have some great flashbacks for you. We're going to 1992 right now. A relatively young Frank Thomas and a relatively young me talking to him.
Got a lot to learn.
That's right. Your life will never be the same. That's what the old sage here tells all the young players who are first-time dads. Takes a little bit away from the home advantage, too, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's going to be challenging the second half for me to stay up most of the night with the kid and then come out and play this game 100%. So, like I said, I just got to, work a little harder at home and a little harder at the ballpark.
Well, you're not the first, and you won't be the last. But certainly, as the numbers put up in the first half, and we've been through the whole controversy about the no All-Star, and that was their mistake, and it's not your problem. But as you look ahead to August and July, do you see yourself making any alterations, or are you happy with the way you're swinging up at the plate?
Well, right now, this season's been a little funny for me. Haven't had that feel of just being hot the whole season like I did last year. But, I still have good numbers, and I can't complain. Haven't been hitting the long ball as frequent as I would like, but, that's part of the game sometimes. They're going to be up and down years, but right now I'm still on pace, and I still got a lot of games to get hot. So, like I said, I've had a pretty good season so far, but I'm capable of playing better.
How about the lineup changes around you? Sometimes Robin's in front of you, behind you. George Bell has been a new addition. Some people have said this team doesn't know each other that well with the new faces, and that's been part of it. How about for yourself, where you are in the lineup and who's hitting where?
Well, there's no excuses to be made. We just haven't got the job done. We got a lot of talent, and we shouldn't be in fourth place, but those are the breaks sometimes. We've played well on occasion, but we just haven't played consistently well the entire time. So, but the lineup has really nothing to do with that. We got capable guys hitting 1 through 6 with anyone in this league, and we just haven't really put it together. I think that the last lineup change here by putting Robin in the 5th slot, I think it's just going to help with more production. He's a big RBI guy, and I think putting him in the 5-hole instead of 2-hole will help him drive in more runs.
What about the idea that, it sounds like a trite phrase, but the pitching has been there when the hitting hasn't, and vice versa. A lot of people do have good numbers, but, you get a game like that one where you left something like 15 on. There's no substitute for clutch hits, is there?
There's no substitute for those situations. I think yesterday was probably my toughest game of the year. I stranded 3 guys right in scoring position at third, and with less than 2 outs, and I normally never do that, but it happened. That's why I don't drive in 150 and I'm driving a little over 100. So, those opportunities right there that we must knock in and win ball games, and we just haven't got it done. There's no excuses to be made. We just didn't get the job done.
Looking ahead, you've gotten through some of the easier parts of your schedule, and you went on that run. I think you had 5 series in a row where you won them all, but then you ran into a little buzzsaw at Baltimore, and Boston. Got scratch your head at a couple of those games, but as you look ahead, certainly the Rangers, Oakland, and Minnesota are tough teams, and you guys have to win like 7 out of every 10 to catch it.
Well, it's going to be tough. We got our work cut out. Once again, I think we're a little frustrated right now. It's tough to lose as many games as we've lost with a team like we have. We just 1 through 9. We're loaded and we're not getting the job done, and it's one of those things we really can't put together. But you really can't count us out, and I think it's we've done enough talking about it. It's just time to put some consistent play together and come back and make up some of these games.
Jeff Torborg was known as sort of a rah-rah guy, and having played all the major league seasons that he did, he could kind of give you a little perspective on his experiences. We see, from what our limited access, Gene Lamont is a much more low-key, laid-back guy. Tell us the difference of the two in the dugout or in the clubhouse, and what Gene says when you go through these tough times.
Well, I think the 2 managers are very similar. Like I said, I think Jeff was a little louder than Gene, but as personal makeup, I think they're the same 2 people. I have high praise of both of the guys. They're very good people, and they care more for the ball players as, I think a family stand or more than worrying about the career all the time. It's more to life than playing baseball, but we must put it together and win. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for both guys, and there's really been no change with the managers here. I think we've put 2 capable guys in here, and I think Gene has put a little more run into the ball game. And like I said, we've had the opportunities to win a lot of ball games, and we've lost a lot of ball games. It's just we should be, I would say, 10, 15 games better than we are right now, but those are the breaks.
And we'll be back in just a moment. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks. the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. We're back on the spotlight on our flashback show. We're going to take you back to the post-Super Bowl era, the William the Fridge Perry interview. He played for the Bears from 1985 to 1993, a defensive tackle out of Clemson, a South Carolinian born in 1962. Two quick items that I just have to share. Horace Grant, the great Chicago Bull, also played at Clemson, and Horace told me that one of the big spectacles on campus was to go in the lunchroom and watch Fridge Perry and his brother eat lunch. It was quite a monumental thing that went on and on and on. And Horace, who was at Clemson for 1 year with his twin brother Harvey, two brothers at 6'10", could put it away themselves, but nothing like the Perry brothers. Also the story once that William the Fridge had a race to see how fast he could drink a case of beer himself. He finished it in a couple hours, I was told. No further word on the result after the 24 bottles were downed. And then finally, before he showed up at this McDonald's in the northwest suburbs for a grand opening, the limo driver called me and said he couldn't find Fridge Perry's house. The owner and myself and hundreds of fans were in a panic. Fridge walks in the door, and I said, "How'd you find the place?" He said, "The limo didn't come, so I drove myself." Here's Fridge Perry. What do you think when you pull up to a site like this and people are hanging out the doorways waiting to see it?
Hey, it's fun, you know. You still have your fans, and the fans still love you, for what you are and what you stand for, and it's just great.
You know, when you first came to the Bears, or even now, who do you find on the defense, or maybe other players, who maybe took you under their wing a little bit, or advise you, or have some thoughts to tell you not only about the strategy of the game, but about sustaining in the National Football League?
Hey, I got Singletary, and I got Hamp, I got Steve McMichael and Richard Dent. All of them. They tells me, what's going on, force-wise, the defense, and there's going to be a run or a pass, and some keys I have picked up, just listening to them and watching key things. So they help me a whole lot.
How about tips off the field? When you first started, who kind of pulled you aside and said, "Listen, young rookie here, let me tell you a few things about the NFL"?
Hey, force-wise, nobody pulled me off the field and told me about what's going on in the NFL. You got to learn that on your own. Force-wise, out of playing in the NFL, because I have a family, and I be with my family, and I just pick up tips on my own.
Well put. Who would you say your closest friends are in the Bears?
McMichael, Hampton, Dent, Trace Armstrong. The whole team is really close, and we're really close. And we love each other, and everything works out.
Well, as long as you're talking about family, tell us a little bit about your daughter. She came here with you today. What's going on with you in school, maybe?
You're killing the kids.
You want her to
go ahead. What grade are you in?
Tell her grade you're in.
You're in third grade? You know what? You have a very tall daughter. You think she'll be playing some sports?
Well, I'm gonna let her make her own decisions. I'm not gonna tell her which way to go and what to do. She's gonna make her own decision.
Well, that's good, but you're aware now your children are going to have some size because it's in the genes, right?
Oh, yes, they're going to have some size.
A little bit more about that. How long do you want to play professional football? What's your goal?
Well, I want to play as long as I can. As long as I can contribute out there and make things happen, and just do things right. And I want to play as long as I can.
What would be your goal after football? What would you like to do after you hang up the spikes?
I probably want to get in a little landscaping business on my own, and just sit back and go to work when I want to go to work then, and do what I like to do best, and then like messing around in the yards and different things like that.
Very interesting. Any final thoughts on how the Bears need to focus in the last 5 games to get to the Super Bowl?
Well, we just got to go out and take one game at a time. We can't look ahead. We can't look ahead of head of one and not play that game that week. So we got to take one game at a time and focus on that team and just play bare football.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Ulsa, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You've got to get to the Sock live Minkowski trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. We're back on the spotlight, and it's time to talk Sox Fest. All the activities of the hotel here. And 2013 is essentially kicking off for baseball. So we talk to as many players as we can. Among them, Alexei Ramirez, who was brilliant defensively in 2012 and clutch offensively, as you'll see in some of the graphics. And I got a chance to catch up with him. In some of our conversations before games, he does a little bit of English, but he's more comfortable in Spanish. And so with thank yous to Lou Hernandez from the White Sox staff, here is our translated interview with Alexei Ramirez, White Sox shortstop. So I asked, what about working the count more in 2013?
Eso, el juego se lo va diciendo solo. En situaciones hay momentos que uno tiene que parar y contar y nada. Y esperar lo que uno se preparó.
The game demands it. If you're in the game and you're following the game, the game. If the at bat demands that you take it a little longer, that you take the count a little longer, then you have to be aware of that, and you have to do that. But that's the game. Trying to be patient if that's what you need.
I have a question about AJ departing, and with AJ gone, I'm wondering if Alexei feels like maybe he will slide up a little into a bigger, more important RBI spot in the order.
AJ, con AJ que ya se fue, esperas, piensas que te van a juntar más para remolcar, para pegar, o para hacer más ofensivamente. ¿Qué crees que con él yéndose a Texas, crees que tú vas a tener que hacer algo diferente?
No, tengo que hacer nada diferente. O sea, ella dio en lo que tuvo aquí en Chicago lo mejor de sí. Aquí, por lo menos yo lo voy a recordar como un buen atleta, un buen amigo, que ayudó mucho a Chicago, de eso fue una serie mundial con ellos. Y nada, hacer mi trabajo siempre.
My responsibility, my approach, my role, I don't think it changes one bit. As far as AJ's departure, I mean, I'm going to remember him as a great teammate and a great athlete. I mean, he brought a World Series to the city of Chicago, and so I can't think of a guy that contributed more to this team in his time here. But I don't see my position, my approach changing.
Well, what about the idea that maybe he could bat second in the order and use his speed and be a kind of a catalyst in the spot where Youkilis batted last year?
¿Qué piensas de la posibilidad, y él dice, la posibilidad de batándole el número 2, haciendo cosas que hizo Youkilis el año pasado y a veces hacía AJ?
Yo estoy preparado para todas. Donde me pongan Ventura y todo el colectivo de entrenadores, ahí voy a estar yo.
So I'm prepared for wherever Robin is going to bat me. So wherever it is he feels I can contribute, I'm prepared for it.
With the excellence that he and Beckham have established around the second base bag, is there room for improvement, or do they just want to duplicate what they did last year?
Tú y Beckham se han hecho una buena pareja, segunda y shortstop. ¿Crees que pueden mejorar o quieres hacer lo que básicamente lo que hicieron el año pasado?
Cada año uno quiere mejorar. Siempre hay algunas lagunas que tenemos que pulirlas para estar al 100%.
Every season you want to get better. You know, there's always something you can polish and work on. So, you know, we want to get better. We want to get better.
How about statistical goals as far as RBIs and things of that nature?
¿Tienes metas de estadísticas, un ron?
Estar 100% saludable. Lo demás viene solo.
Yeah. You know, no numbers goes. The number one thing is I want to be healthy, and that's it. You know, if I can stay healthy for this team, then I can contribute. That's all that matters.
Buena suerte. Este año.
Gracias.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
You've got to get to the Corner Bar for my live trivia game every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Music, movies, TV, sports, and a lot more. It's at Joe Orr Road in Torrance, a fun place with great food, drink, and people. Lenny Q's Barbecue. Trivia, alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Daily specials. Catering, too. It's at the Lansing Municipal Airport, 3249 Airport Drive. I'll see you over there. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at Watt 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon. They cut hair for men, women, and kids, and I'm among them. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins welcome. Easy to reach at 125th and Western Avenue. Maybe I'll see you there. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. We're back on the spotlight. It's time to talk Bulls. Their playoff fortunes lie in the hands of that man. And hopefully Danny's showing Derek Rose when I point like that. Because if he's not, my point makes no sense. But seriously, a little bit of tension in the air prior to the Bulls-Mavericks game. Not so much because they're playing the defending NBA champions, although there is some respect there and should be. Keep in mind, this is the team that figured out a way to knock Miami out. So inherently, you must like them, because inherently you must hate the Miami Heat. But seriously, in the Bulls game against Miami, that bad one, there was a lot of physical play and the Bulls weren't represented well in that. And so that became a question for Coach Tom Thibodeau, asked by me, and some very interesting Q&A and some very insightful answers from Tibbs. Would you like to be through with these couple of games and just get into it?
Well, you know, the thing is, you want to finish what you started. So we feel like there's still work to be done. This is a chance for us to improve, try to clean some things up. For us, we've had, our perimeter players have missed a lot of games. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity for those guys to get some work.
Does that tax the rest of the roster? A lot of guys have missed time this year. Does that, whether it's perimeter, other guys are playing more, can there be kind of a collective fatigue as the season goes on when so many guys are missing?
Well, yeah, I think, this is what we all signed up for. This is, shortened training camp, condensed schedule, and we said all along, it's not only the lack of practice time, but it's also the lack of rest. So those are two major components. And then as you always begin the season with the end in mind. And so as you wind down, you want to be playing well and you want to be healthy. Those are the two most important things.
You were losing only about 3 games a month, then you lost 5 games in about 19 days. Does this mean you're limping into the playoffs or not?
No, I think, and here's the thing. It's like, I think overall, this team has done a good job of meeting every challenge. So we've been shorthanded. The guys who have stepped in have done great all season long. We feel very good about the bench and what they've done. But it's been a collective effort, and there's still a long way to go. So overall, I'm pleased, but there's also things that we can do a lot better, and we're going to concentrate on those things.
Tom, how many practices did you guys have last year, and how many have you had this year?
Well, we're at, if you count, and again, I count meetings, walkthroughs, ballroom set, we're at 101. So that pales in comparison to last season.
What's half as many, or?
Yeah, well, if you include the playoffs, yeah. So, but, it is what it is. Every team's faced with the same challenge. It's how you respond to the challenge. So, we want to keep moving forward. We're being tested. And, there's, the adjustment of when guys go out, and then there's also the readjustment when guys come back. So, but you can't use that as an excuse. You have to be ready for whatever is in front of you, and that's the way I want our guys to respond.
Do you feel like the East is tightening a bit? It seems like some of the teams, 3, 4, 5, 6 type seeds have been playing really well down the stretch. And
yeah, well, I think that in just knowing that it's a lockout season, that you can have teams that maybe end up being a lower seed that really aren't that seed, and like Boston is a team that's playing very well, and they have championship experience. I think New York is a team that's really playing well. Indiana's playing well. You got a lot of teams and there's great parity in the league. There's not a big difference between 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. So I think a big part of success in the playoffs comes down to are you playing well and are you healthy? And so you have to concentrate on those things. I think what wins in the playoffs. I think you have to be well balanced, and you have to be playing well.
See you next week. This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there, like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212. Huck Finn Restaurants, a huge menu, open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 105th and Cicero, and 67th and Pulaski. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.